Friday, February 27th. The city streets are crowded, even with rain, hidden in the chaos. Whoa, gotta stop myself there. Due to copyright, I'm sorry, I had to do a Warner Bros. It's just giving me the vibes, okay? Almost 11 bucks for packet of cigarettes. Man, inflation is hitting hard even in this video game nowadays. Anyways, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be playing, or platinuming should I say, Resident Evil Requiem. Before I get attacks, yes, I'm on PC, and yes, there are no platinum trophies on Steam. Maybe one day there will be though. But nonetheless, the game has 49 achievements, so let's get to it. Firstly, we will go over the story so we do know what the fuck is the game all about. The gameplay plays a cinematic another day in the office where Grace was assigned to go and research another murder that happened in a hotel where actually her mother was killed. Now of course Grace, working for a FBI, had a card inside of her backpack and showed it to an officer, and that's completely normal. But here is the part where I crashed out. Facecam. 204.
Who's there?
Wait.
What do I do?
Grace. Darling, sweetheart. You are working for fucking FBI. And you... Bro, why the fuck do you have a gun inside of a backpack while... And you are... And you... you are unzipping it while this shit happens. Yeah, we are cooked. We are officially cooked now. Yes, so she entered that area where she was unsafe and decided to have a gun inside of a bag. If FBI agents do this very often, how the fuck do they even pass their exams? Anyhow, we went inside of a room 204 and found out that Grace had a fan who happened to be a street photographer and just happened to know where she was every hour of the day. So we went back in time and played as Grace again, but this time much younger, while her mom was still alive. Well, not for so long, since that day she got killed by a mystery man, and also in present day Grace got kidnapped. So of course the game had to call reinforcements. The unit's coming in. Probably. Most likely. I'm 100% positive. Elbridge. Elbridge.
Same black watches.
And it's not post-mortem limited.
Oh, look at my boy with the bling bling.
But
Let's go. Our boy. Oh my god, I'm so happy right now. He's well and alive. Thank God I wasn't overreacting. When Leon S. Kennedy came, I haven't realized that the guy has ball. The shoes, the watch, the phone, the Porsche. The only thing he doesn't have is bitches. Never mind. Apart from looking at a couple of pictures of him in Ada, he also subscribed to my channel for more videos and picture of a mystery man that killed Grace's mother, and realized that something fishy is going on here. You see, the kidnapper's name was Victor Gideon, and obviously worked for Umbrella and T-Virus researcher. Now he kinda got found out since the police officer that Grace encountered was found dead, so he decided to see for himself. And let me tell you, the way my boy moved through the streets were on some different kind of level.
Yeah.
Bro.
He's the one I found all the excitement.
Bro. Holy shit! Who needs to backflip when you can do these kinds of tricks? Of course, the game has to ruin the moment, and we were back to Grace, trapped in a hospital, and luckily we had a guardian angel that was this granny, who happened to be allergic to light. So we found a screwdriver in one of the rooms and decided to escape. Moments before, we played as Kenny again, finally, and was invited to a brief meeting from Victor himself. Or that's what this sister thought, since she got split into pieces, but at least we had a chance to use a chainsaw, and what I love about this intro was how he opened the doors with it. Also, Resident Evil wouldn't be nothing without its raccoons, so we had to destroy one of them, but there were 25 in total. Remember a few seconds ago how I talked about Grace's escape? Well, it was sort of an escape, since Kenny came in clutch, popped a bullet that blew half of Granny's brains out and gave Grace a weapon, only gods that can use. One problem though. Yes, it had one bullet that we used next door onto a chef, but before we try to escape, we would need some help. And let's just say there is a girl named Emily who was locked behind the doors and near level 3 of security. So we took a golden car from a manager, went to West Hall and lurked for a bit. We found some ammo, popped some zombies and went into an office that unlocked a cube. As well as we found a crystal that leads us to the coin room where we can have various of upgrades, like more inventory space, steroids for max health, more accuracy when it comes to weapons, and this is upgrade for a collective blood. More on that later on. But we also found someone's arm that has been chopped off with a silver card that leads us to the east wing, which means we can finally progress a little bit more. So we found a lab where we found out that Grace is a vampire and that can use this machine which collects blood for crafting. To unlock more recipes, we would need blood samples that are scattered across the map and play a little puzzle on a computer to unlock them. And went to a second floor to find a bracelet and discovered a new type of enemy, a chunky boy. Obviously he followed us, but we managed to get acid that melts the lock and that we used in doctor's office. Right when we came inside of that office, Victor was there and Grace bravely hid so well that we just came back and unlocked second cube. With bracelet level 1 security, we could access areas we couldn't previously, so we went into a garage to find organ box, then did a little bit of yorking and finally got a heart. But while on our way back, this happened. What the fuck? What is going on? What the fuck just happened? That's crazy what just happened. We also found a wrench that we can use and open some metal doors because the wheel, well, it came off, so yeah. But on the other end, there was a heart that we actually got and placed it inside of a patient. Thankfully, he died fast of organ failure and gave us a bracelet level 2 that we can use and get access to another room where there was the third and last cube. Small problem, we couldn't read the words of blind people, aka Braille, but luckily Grace found out he was blind after talking to her for like 5 minutes. FBI agent, what can I say? So we grabbed level 3 bracelet of a manager and we released Emily from a prison and guarded her while she was figuring it out. Now that we have the cube we found, finally we can... Oh, fuck this shit. Yeah, the granny took Emily to the depths of hell and put her inside of a prison. But back to Kenny. You see, Kenny was captured by Victor and got tricked up his sleeve and attacked him, but he escaped. Now the priority was to find his office and we did, but before we had to shoot down this ugly bastard with a shotgun, and let me just say, the animations were amazing. Also the way he opened the drawers is like he was trying to impregnate it or something. I can see why women find him attractive. After shooting some more zombies, we found secret room that had some pretty good information about the T-virus.
Nice work. Lock it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Victor.
Bingo. I have the IP address. Just give me a minute. And... I'm in.
Okay, hit me.
Manifest T-virus, oh damn. Who is this?
Sherry, you're killing me.
I found some information about our illness. Our symptoms confirm a T-virus infection.
Oh, fuck. Well, hey, at least we're in it together. Right. All right, what do we got? Elvis.
And it says that it has a lot of stages, basically cancer, and there was a thing called LPs which Grace was connected to. But before we found out more, we were back to the Grace's part, which was a little bit intense, since in order to free Emily we would need to find 3 batteries, which unlocks the gate. So we did few things before, like getting the second plug next to the forklift that we couldn't access yet, then getting back to the electrical part, went behind it to remove the box, found a tool which could have used it in the room where was a pool of blood and found a forklift key later on to get into another room to get another inventory upgrade, and went back to where we couldn't access with the forklift before, did some more standing in line, surviving the processing zombie part, went down to the tunnel, back to the pool of blood part, and got those 2 remaining plugs, while all of this time we were being chased by Granny, and shortly after escaped via elevator, decapitating Granny's arm. We finally managed to escape with Emily from a hospital and went outside and saw a chopper and met a lovely gent that was old and broken but needed a key for heli that we can found in the house. So Grace went over there and let's just say things went to shit. No, quite literally, the whole lab exploded and went on a helicopter ride for a few minutes just to crash and killing the pilot. Of course, Grace took Emily and tried to run. So Kenny decided to be her guardian angel with a sniper, buying her time to get through the doors, and thankfully she escaped. Now as Kenny, we had to defeat the zombies and met a new type of guy. Basically, he's filled with bulbs that when you shot them, its gases disperse all across the zombies, and basically they have a tumor on their head and chase you and basically are more tankier than the normal ones. Now in a heli crash, Emily got wounded and the girls were still being chased by a granny, which was finally put a dot at the end. After powering 3 power lines, Grace pushed a button making Granny melt, leaving a lovely slime. Meanwhile, shit did hit the fan, and Leon was there to back it up. Kind of. Since Emily turned into this lovely diva, Leon had to shoot her to make her go away. So Grace got pissed off at Leon and dropped him his gun, living in anger. For some reason, Victor was still waiting for Grace, sort of as in expecting her to be there. So she got basically introduced to a chamber that's got an upgrade.
You're exactly where you need to be.
The fuck is he?
I've been waiting for you, Grace.
No fucking way, you're joking. 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I need. Bro, there is no way that's Whiskers. Shut the fuck up. That's no way. No. There is no way that's Whiskers, bro. Say what? No, fuck off. Leaving us into a dead end for now, and time to play as Kenny for a good portion of time, which was necessarily needed, and were none other than the Raccoon City itself. I still can't believe he casually came into a Porsche into abandoned city, and till the end of the game we haven't seen it. I thought he would crash it, or maybe it would burn. I bet half of the people stopped playing here due to acronophobia. Man, how the fuck you pronounce this word? Anyhow, in order to find out Raccoon facility, we needed to go through the gate that needed 3 parts of the detonator. Luckily, while having Last of Us fights with zombies, giving us points, so which then we can use to upgrade our weapons, I think it looks sick. The UI and the amount of weapons that you can unlock throughout the map, plus the bonus weapons which you can unlock with CP, it's incredible. Definitely enjoyed this part. From having a chainsaw face-off to moving through a building, ignoring the physics. And finally, while on motorbike, to pull off crazy stunts, like this one.
I don't give up that easy.
Okay, Leon. Okay, brother. How did you not fall on your ass? Not really sure if this is possible, but fuck it, we'll keep it like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Realistic as fuck. Realistic. Yup. Now with Vicky gone, it was time to get to RPD, and memories hit him hard.
It's on you now.
While eavesdropping between Zeno and Grace, we basically discovered that Grace was actually the key to Elpis, replaying her POV when she was a child who ran away from other kids while also being in what it looks like to me a Star Wars laboratory. Leon barged in, but of course Zeno called his guardian like the car from Clash Royale. Of course we couldn't find Mr. X 2.0 for now, so we did what any other human being would do. A few minutes later we had to face him, and let's just say we ripped off his heart from the chest to get to the orphanage where Grace was in, taking down the Stranger Things plant and clearing off everyone that comes in our way, till we reach a place where Elpis was made. But before we could have entered, we had to take out this commander.
Not necessary. I'll neutralize the target myself. Leon Kennedy. We finally meet.
Who was a tough son of a bitch, since it really checks her melee skills and pairing. But after few tries we finally put that bastard down, getting to the lab where Grace and Zeno were.
Grace, this is where we are. The world is under threat. The technology to control another's will already exists, but it's not efficient at infecting others. I believe Spencer solved that with Elpis. The connection sealed Raccoon City to save it for themselves, and it's been waiting here ever since. This is as far as we could get. If the wrong password is entered, the Ark will be destroyed and Elpis will be lost forever. So tell me, Grace, what's the password?
I don't know.
Of course you do. You're the...
Leon!
Don't embarrass yourself, Mr. Kennedy. You can't beat me.
Aren't we fancy?
Now, I don't know why Zeno was yelling about Grace knowing the password, since I bet she's the type of person who doesn't even know what day it is by amount of work she does. But of course, Leon being Leon, he thought he would stop Zeno by his military and combat skills. However, this guy right there watched Matrix and is a fast motherfucker, so he dodged all of the bullets and with one kick pushed him at the center and basically regenerated. Grace in that moment bargained with Zeno in exchange that Leon lives or she will off herself, which was the realistically best option here, but hey, Leon interrupted it by shooting robotic arm and escaped with her. And now we are playing as Grace and trying to get the crane up so Leon could do his thing on the other side. While we were playing as Grace, we needed to grab two balls that were behind two doors, and behind those doors we put a disc that basically her mom put behind a painting, and on that disc there was everything about the Elpis and actually Grace herself, once again as Kenny, just to realize they were actually heading back to where they were, but this time he was actually dying from T-virus. While meanwhile Grace was watching here YouTube videos about her and Elpis, but found out basically that her mother is actually a stepmom and that she was actually a test subject but apparently she knows a password to the Elpis. Turns out Elpis was actually a anti-serum to the T-virus. Just didn't tell Leon, and Zeno was thinking that the Elpis was a bioweapon that could have used to turn more people into zombies. And the game gave us two choices. Either we can destroy the Elpis, so basically Leon dies there, sacrificing himself, saving Grace, or we could release the Elpis so Zine could take it and his powers would wear off to be decapitated by Victor, but on the other hand, Leon would basically get a cure for the T-virus, killing Victor and leaving us with a cliffhanger about Chris Redfield and his ass. Saving moment here. And generally speaking, about a good ending. Like Emily was safe and sound, turns out she was alive, ending the game by seeing the picture of her stepmom that adopted her and how she adopted Emily, only this time she got a vision, which was weird because I guess it also cures blindness. But with our first playthrough, we unlocked 34 achievements. Most of them are unlockable throughout the game, but some of them were unlocked by, for example, by throwing a weapon dropped by enemy, defeating 3 zombies with a hatchet finishing attack, storing item as Grace, destroy 1 Mr. Raccoon, defeat a zombie using helmet injector, unlocking a craft recipe using analysis, craft an item using blood collector, unlocking drawer with a lockpick, using 300 microsamples of infected blood, healing a chef in the care center, killing Chunk as Grace, upgrading a weapon, parrying an enemy attack, stunning the girl with a Requiem, purchase an item from a supply box, opening all BSSA container. Future me here editing, I just realized there was also an achievement for shooting 3 people with a 1 Requiem bullet, which we done in the upcoming following video. Defeating 300 enemies, opening every safe, cutting the tongue of a licker, and completing it on a modern on at least casual difficulty, which leaves us to do the rest of the dirty work in the new game, although this time in classic. This is just like a modern, but well, we played as Grace and the only way we could save is using ink ribbons, which we got an achievement for that as well, and also an achievement for collecting 5k microsamples with a blood collector, crafting every item as Leon, getting 200k points, reading every file in game, defeating all plants and destroying every raccoon, and of course when ending the game, getting us the achievement for completing it on classic difficulty, leaving us with few challenges and achievements left, which was to complete the game under 4 hours and make a zombie attack another zombie in hospital wards. With 5 achievements left to do, I've decided to spend 50k CP points on unlimited ammo, since I was lazy bastard and decided to do a trifecta now rather than go to another playthrough. The trifecta was beating the game on insanity mode with no healing and not using a blood collector. The challenge seemed easy up until I realized that the girl had to be shot twice to be stunned, Mr. X basically one-shotting me, and best of the worst, defeating a commander, which took me hour and a half since I had 1 HP left, and I gotta be honest, this guy stinks and fucked my mental so hard to the point where I was doing him for a very long period of time, like I mentioned before. But with that out of the way, it was back to Grace's POV, but I realized something. Yes, I didn't have neither of the pistols which were in the hotel, so I was basically cooked. What the fuck? How can I do this? How can I do? I don't have a weapon. I don't have a weapon. I don't have anything. That charm needs to save my ass. Well, the first part is completed.
Containment protocol.
Okay, and this is easy part. Oh my god. I think this one will give me the blue stuff. No, it gives me 2 glasses. Hold up, this is doable. Because we killed that guy. We get the molly. Please tell me this will work. Oh my god. 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 Oh. What an absolute cinema of performance. Going for the bad ending since we didn't have to face Victor and granting us those 3 achievements, which we had enough points to buy all the models and the art content for the last 2 achievements, granting us 100% of Resident Evil Requiem. Honestly, the game cooked and is hands down the best Resident Evil game I ever played. I've enjoyed every second of it, so yeah, if you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe and drop a follow on Twitch, where we stream lots of variety of games. Peace.